Hello everybody, this is BB Davis. Welcome to 1021 Magazine, where I'm publisher and founder. We're celebrating life, a wonderful legend, live on air, for our live on air personality legend, BarbaraTaylor. We're giving love and tribute to a wonderful lady who inspired me as a young girl, from a teenager and all the way to adulthood and even until now. Stay tuned for this beautiful tribute to BarbaraTaylor, a native of South Carolina, and she transitioned. So we send this love to a legend, one who did excellent at the Big DM 101.FM, where I first heard BarbaraTaylor, and from there she would go on to other radio stations, even in Charlotte. So, lock in for some good memory lanes for all of us who love and know and grew up with BarbaraTaylor on those radio waves and in person, however that goes for you. We're going to be going some flashback times for music, and my story time on how this wonderful lady of radio inspired me and others. I definitely want to thank the family for their love of giving me some personal throwback pictures of a gorgeous BarbaraTaylor. And even though she is not with us here in the physical, she's with us in the spirit. Sending love to her family, to her daughter, to her grands, and everyone who just enjoyed BarbaraTaylor made the TaylorMade Express, the BT Express, the TaylorMade Affair, I should really say, and then the BT Express. My love for legends are always sincere, and so I thought, it's a year, and I can do this without shedding a lot of tears. Now, BarbaraTaylor, let me give you some FYIs. She was born February the 6th, 1955. May 23rd, 2022 was the sunset, Sumter, South Carolina. And I'm telling you, I have so many great memories. So you need to lock in. How about you lock in? We're going to be doing some riding and rolling and cruising.
Oh, yes, we
together,
are.
Because that's what I thought would be the greatest testament for how she inspired me and a lot of others, because we grew up listening to BarbaraTaylor on the radio. Hi, Barbara, I want to request a song. We would do the call-ins to the show and be with aunties and uncles and all of that. You know how there would be the babysitters, and then we'd call in for the dedications, and then you could call in for your dedication. And BarbaraTaylor always made you feel like you were the only person that had her undivided attention and nobody else was around. And that's what I really, really digged. She was so a people's person, and she knew her music. She knew how to run those boards. And look, we're talking about female disc jockey radio personality. Not only just the vibe of playing your favorite records, or my gosh, if it was live and you got to talk and do your dedications on the radio, it was great. But every time I did a dedication,
Is this the Big DM?
With
BarbaraTaylor.
my music was played and my dedications were given. And so as years went on and I grew up a little bit more, and then when I was in Charlotte, the Queen City, BarbaraTaylor descended upon the Queen City and everyone just loved her. I had to call into the show and I was like, I remember you as a little girl on the Big DM 101, okay? FM. And she was like, hey, girlfriend. Again, that's just how BarbaraTaylor was, giving you that undivided attention and making you feel real, real special. And then meeting her in person for many of the gigs that the radio stations did, and you had the personalities out at different venues. It was a pleasure to meet such a legend. Now, when we're talking radio, everyone, and being on air, anybody can jump on air, but it's always the distinct ones that can get on the air and make magic happen for so many people. And that's what BarbaraTaylor did, okay? Getting to the mic, running those boards, not like how it is today, where you can kind of count on a song, replaying because it's a different time. But back then, you spend and you work the boards, and she did it effortlessly. I'm very sure you can ask many radio personalities that dealt with BarbaraTaylor on a personal level that they knew that she knew how to work those boards and just make magic. Now, myself, as a online digital radio personality, I always stated, and I forever will state, that BarbaraTaylor was indeed an inspiration. When you get on the mic, you want to be magical. And that's exactly what BarbaraTaylor was. Magic.
I'm calling the big DM after dinner and homework. Barbara would be on the air. We can request our songs.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to create some magic. I wish I could play thousands of songs that was spent. Okay, like spinning. But I could not. But I did get some jams. So hopefully the music that I played that BarbaraTaylor would play for me and my cousins and my aunties and my uncles, maybe some of those are your favorites. So we do this love and we do this tribute to legend. And we got different segments. So hey, get ready to go back in time with me, BB Davis, for BarbaraTaylor, the legend, BT Express, BarbaraTaylor, the Taylor-Made Affair. And listen, I'm so old school. I remember when she started doing the show with her and her brother on the Big DM when it was in Sumter, South Carolina. Oh yeah, that's how deep my love for BarbaraTaylor goes, okay? So let's go back in time, everybody. Let's do a flashback. Let's go vintage. And let's show love to the one and only BarbaraTaylor. Okay, so if you got your hoops and maybe some gear that you used to wear back in the day when you used to call in, get ready to get your mind blown. And let's turn up the energy and show some love to the one and only BarbaraTaylor and to her family. She would never, ever be forgotten. Magical. Women in media. It is always important. I'm BB Davis for 1021 Magazine, and let's show love to the one and only BarbaraTaylor, and love to all the women who take to the mic and make magic. What's up, everybody? This is BB Davis, and we are moving through the states, highways, and all of that. So we're still doing the BarbaraTaylor tribute, and I have an oldie but good day here for you. And this is for music aficionados for real in the 70s and 80s. This is Mass Production that I'm about to play, Angel. And my cousin used to call in for this. Man, they were in love. Okay, you know, like we have those aunties and uncles, those younger sets, and you know, they take you along with them sometime, or they stay at the house while the parents and grandparents go do their thing. And like we would just call in, and she'd be like, BarbaraTaylor, I need you to play me some Mass Production Angel. She's like, you got it. So here you go. This is oldie but goodie. Old heads, rock it out. When was the last time you heard some Mass Production?
one side, won't you come and love me for a while, baby.
And if you are called Angel, I have a girlfriend, Dre, they call her Angel. I'm called Angel. I mean, it's extra special and I have another girlfriend that was called Angel, okay? So, this was one of those funk grooves on the slow end, but not a slow song. Had a nice mellow slow funk groove. And just like Midnight Star and Star Point, they had the female in the group and live instruments. So yeah, it's a jam that you should check out and that you should remember falling if you know what you know. If you know, you know. Okay.
Girl, just understand me. You know how good you can be. Angel, baby. Angel, baby. I know that we can find all space and time.
And they're kind of like the 60s groups, like the Delphonics, just a little bit. Baby, mass production, Angel. Let's go! You're locked into the tributes for BarbaraTaylor, legendary, who would take those calls and make everybody's day.
Tribute continues. Stay tuned.
Another kid, Firecracker, and some more, but Angel. So we're gonna take our way some more, so stay locked in.